Hello guys and welcome to News of the Week. I wanted to talk about how Russell Brand's baptism can go to hell. That is such a Jordan Peterson tweet. Go to hell. But I mean it. I've known Russell Brand for 20 years and Russell Brand has kind of flitted throughout these identities over the last 20 years, you know. 2006, when he first got famous, he was still on drugs. And he just had this ugly, greasy, feral dirtiness look to him. And the reason why was because he was smoking heroin at the time. And I do remember one particular documentary where he hung out with the leader of the BNP or something like that. And he was actually a complete douche to the leader of the BNP. I mean, it's a serious achievement to make a documentary where you and the leader of the BNP are the main characters and you come across as the least likable. But he was also really funny at that time. And the next stage of Russell was when he got clean and sober and he became this massive Hollywood star. Like 2008 to 2013. He just flirted with women incessantly. He wore these low shirts and he had this like ugly chest hair and he was a really good looking guy.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Fucking hell, mate. What? Where's the girls at, mate? I'm a lad's lad. I'll fuck women, but I'm also kind of a fucking sensitive type. I'm a sensitive type as well. I think about politics and spirituality.
So that's what Russell Brand was like during those years. And then he becomes like this like left-wing, empty-headed like dumbass. And he starts being a political activist. Is there anything more boring than being a political activist? We're all fucking assholes. And all of politics is us putting all our energy into trying to get away with it and trying to legalize our particular type of assholeness. Russell had this like naive push to save the working classes, and he told everybody not to vote, and he made a fool of himself in front of Jeremy Paxman. But because he's so eloquent, he's like unbelievably eloquent, he can say anything and make it sound good to an NPC. To like 95% of the people, they just go, oh my God, you're amazing, don't vote. Oh, like his apathy was so well marketed that everybody like just got horny off it, and they were like, oh, we're living such a corrupt system, there's no point in voting. That's what his whole thing was. And he spoke in front of Congress at that time, like dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. And then he started to change. And I was going to make this like cool YouTube video called From All Right to Alt-Right, Russell's Treacherous Rebrand. And I was just like, oh, that is such a good title for a YouTube video if I can fucking do it. He starts to put forward this crazy narrative that there may be some connection between the media influencing the masses to achieve left-wing political objectives. And it only took him 40 years to figure it out. The minute he gets accused of raping, he goes full right-wing. Look at this video he made recently. I haven't watched the video. I don't need to watch the video. But look at this fucking video he made. So this is why they're replacing you with immigrant workers. The video is 23 minutes long. I'm not going to watch it. But that title alone is absolutely disgraceful to old Russell Brand. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, people change. Yeah, people change, guys, but people don't change after the age of 31. After the age of 31, we have a duty as men to not budge an inch in our political views. No new thoughts after 31. Our refusal to budge and to settle into being grumpy old men who know everything is imperative to the ability of young people to think and to try ideas. I mean, if everybody stays young and Peter Pan forever, then the world will collapse in 5 minutes. And so the real cherry on top now is the fact that Russell has been baptized Catholic. And it's like, Russell, this is your latest little fashion statement. Like, he tries on identities like I try on new hats. I've had less haircuts in my life than Russell Brand has had religions and identities. One minute he's a Buddhist, now he's a Catholic. One minute he's left wing, now he's right wing. One minute he's a comedian, now he's a political commentator. It's like, Russell, while you're figuring out how to be a man, maybe don't fucking speak to the public. You're leading people down the wrong way. He's got Buddhist shit tattooed all over his body, probably. Chinese symbols for like luck and hope and shit, probably. These are like baseless allegations, but you get my point. You're deciding to be a Catholic age 45. You want to know how long it took me to figure out that I wanted to be a Catholic? 9 months. That's when I got baptized. You want to know how long it took out my dad to be a Catholic? 9 months. That's when he got baptized. What about my granddad? 9 months. What about my great-granddad? 9 months. What about my great-great-granddad? 9 months. What about my best friend? Fucking a year. What about my sister? 9 months. What about my brother? 9 months. That's how we get down in Ireland, bitch. If it takes you 45 years to decide you want to give your life to Jesus, you're cringe. And guess what? The day after he gets fucking baptized, he's talking about tarot cards, which is fucking paganism, probably, and he's sitting cross-legged. That to me seems like what something a Hindu would do. I don't know, but you get my point. It's like, get down on your knees and say a Hail Mary, bitch. It just pisses me off because he's just flitting through identities because he doesn't know who he is and he's too old. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say, okay, this is the last thing. We need clarification. Russell, are you pro-life or pro-choice? Russell, are you pro-gay marriage or anti-gay marriage? Have some skin in the game. That's what I'm saying. And whatever, any other weird shit you do. And start eating meat, Russell. It says in the Bible, you're supposed to... Animals are put on this earth, according to the Old Testament, for us to eat them. Eat animals now. Stop being a vegetarian as well. It's pissing me off. And cut your hair too. You know, look smart. Like, cut your hair. Like, get a fade. You know, and wear a shirt. And don't wear long... We don't want to see your chest hair. And we don't... You're not supposed to wear Eastern-style religious garments. That's what being religious is. You need to follow the rules blindly. And they don't need to make sense to you. And you're not an individual anymore. And you obey. You obey God. And you obey God's representative on earth, which is priests. Anything a priest tells you to do, you have to do it. That's going to be very, very tough for old Russell. Because he's an individual. That's just my thoughts on the Russell Brand thing. He just seems to be somebody who goes from one thing to the next. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it.